What's up guys, IntelliTech Studios here, and today will be the updated unboxing and assembly tutorial of the Bissell PowerLifter Swivel PET Bagless Upright Vacuum Cleaner. Now, I've already unboxed one of these about a year and a half ago, but a lot of people didn't like that video. It didn't turn out very well, the audio was a little bit hard to understand, and the video wasn't as professional as many of my other unboxing videos. So, by popular request, I'm redoing this unboxing and assembly tutorial, so if you bought one of these machines, you can figure out how to properly put yours together and get up and running with your new machine. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is get a knife and cut the top of the box. I've already done that. That seems pretty self-explanatory. This one is particularly model 2260. There are similar models of Bissell vacuum that this tutorial would also be applicable for, but if there are any discrepancies with your machine in this one, keep in mind mine is model number 2260, so if yours is different, this assembly process as well as the included parts could be slightly different. It is saying here to activate your donation for the Bissell Pet Foundation and your rewards and whatnot, and here it shows everything that should be in your box if you have a Bissell 2260. It should include the vacuum base, the handle, 2 screws that are taped to the handle, the lower cord wrap, which is this thing, the hose, which is this thing, the crevice tool, which will be inside the extension wand right here, the pet turbo eraser tool, the pet hair eraser tool, an extra Febreze filter, and that's it. It says do not return the product to the store. I always recommend keeping your receipt just in case you need to. So opening this, the first thing we see is our user's guide and your traditional product registration card. You don't necessarily need this. If you have an internet connection, you can do this online on Bissell's website. So we have that. We have our extra Febreze filter. It is extra. There is one already installed in the vacuum, a pre-motor filter. That one is not Febreze. So you have an extra filter, so when you're washing the one that's inside the machine, you have an extra one on hand with a nice Febreze scent. Here's the pet hair eraser. Here's the turbo eraser pet, basically a turbo brush, a little bit dusty. I'll wipe that off on my shirt, and now it looks brand new again. For some reason mine is coming apart. It appears... Ooh, mine's really dusty for some reason. I don't know why that is. Oh, for some reason, mine has a weird flaw where it wasn't put together out of the box. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. Okay. Well, that all came apart. So if your turbo brush has this issue, you'd see, push that side in, and then this side is actually keyed. So you want to have that facing up and push that down into place, and maybe make sure that your belt isn't looped around this improperly. Okay, well, I'm going to put this back together, but it's pretty self-explanatory. So obviously this brush roll goes in, round side goes in, square side goes in. This belt obviously has to loop around this gear, and this gear has to be installed back in place with the flat pieces facing down towards this. Then you put the clear cover on, hook it onto the front, push it down, and then... Oh wow, mine's actually broken. This is a brand new vacuum, and this turbo brush is broken. That's kind of odd. Okay, well I'm going to try to figure out what's wrong with this later. But we'll go ahead and set this aside. That's not good. And, yeah. So, here is our lower cord hook. Oh, here's that broken piece. That's not good. So, the turbo brush is actually broken. Out of the box, brand new, sealed in the box, and that's broken. See a little piece right there. So I'll have to contact Bissell and try to get a replacement turbo brush. Well, that's not what I was expecting. Hopefully your machine doesn't have any issues like that. So next we're going to pull out the hose. Next we're going to pull out the handle. It has our 2 screws taped to it. And finally, Oh wait, first we have our extension wand and crevice tool. Pull this out just by yanking it up. Oh, and that fell over. So now we pull off these cardboard pieces. And this plastic, we'll pull this off. We have some random trash in here. Not sure why that's in there. I'm going to snap this into the upright position. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install our handle. So we're going to grab the handle right here, and we're going to undo it from this plastic. So the plastic is here on the bottom, so we'll just pull this off. This handle has a lot of angles to it, so it's a little bit awkward to get this plastic off, but that should be self-explanatory. Here we can see there are 2 screws taped to the handle, so we're just going to undo this tape. If I can find the edge of it. Okay, so here's the edge of the tape. Just gonna peel that up. There we go. Oh, it flipped over. Apologies if my camera is not looking the nicest. I think the camera that I use for my videos might be failing. But there we go. And this tape shouldn't leave any residue on the handle. So, now we take the handle with the loop facing towards the back, and the cord hook and hose clip also facing towards the back. Line it up with the top of the machine. Push it down into place. Then we're going to open this pack of 2 screws, and we're going to put both of the screws in either one of these screw holes and tighten it with a standard number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. I wouldn't recommend using a drill. I would recommend just using a physical Phillips head screwdriver. Now that we've got the handle fully installed with both of the screws, you can see the handle's tight on there now. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our lower cord clip and we're going to line it up with this, which I think it goes on, yep, goes on this way. So you just line it up and push it in place, and then you just twist it like this in a clockwise motion until it clicks into place, which is kind of hard to do on this. There we go. So now it's in place, so it's completely flush and it's tightly on there. Next, we're going to take our hose and pull it out of this little cardboard protective piece. Oh, and that just fell and hit the turbo brush. That's already broken. So now we're going to take these 2 tabs right here. For some reason, this is covered in dust and hair. I don't know why that is. There should not be hair on this. This is brand new. Well, whatever. So we're going to take these 2 tabs, and we're going to just line them up with the 2 little notches here. You can see there's a little groove right there, a little groove right there. Line up the tabs into those little notches, push it until it's flush, and twist it clockwise until it clicks into place. It's a twist and snap hose, so you don't need any screws to pull the hose off, and once you turn it, it's all the way on there. And the nice thing is you can twist it and pull it back off in case you need to remove it to get any clogs out of this area. And it's very easy to put back on. It's a little bit trickier with one hand, but you can twist that into place. Now, you stretch the hose up, clip it into this hose clip, just like that, and stretch the hose down here into the lower hose. And that's just friction fit, so you're just going to twist it to get it on there. And once it's on there, you're good to go. Of course, as you use it more and more, this will get a little bit easier to connect, but you want to make sure this is connect tightly so that way it doesn't pop out when you're vacuuming your floors. And finally, there's not much left to do. If you want to wind up your cord, you would simply twist your cord around this bottom winder and around this top winder until the cord is completely put on the machine. And then you can twist this down to quickly release your cord and twist it back up when you're done. As far as your attachments, your pet hair eraser goes on this peg right back here. And if you have a different model with a dusting brush, that would also go on this peg as well, or that would go on that peg in place of this. Next, we're going to grab our extension wand and crevice tool. As you can see, the crevice tool is gray. It stores inside the extension wand, so it's very easy to keep that in place. And this just simply clips onto the machine, just like that. You just line up this bottom peg and clip it right onto the machine. Now, assuming your turbo brush was intact and not broken like mine, then your turbo brush would go on this post right up here. And it would look like this, but it would have all the pieces on it and not broken. Like that. Sort of. But yeah, so that would go on there. I'm going to try to fix this turbo brush real quick off camera and see if I can get this to hold. But I'm pretty sure this is supposed to stick out a little bit so it can be held in place by this tab. So I would imagine that mine is probably broken, which is unfortunate, but we will try to fix it real quick. So for those wondering, I did get the turbo brush back together. Problem is that this tab is supposed to lock this into place, and the tab is completely broken off, the tab that actually holds this on. So the only way I'm going to get this to stay in place is if I essentially tape this shut. And the reason I know this is because I have another one. And this one, as you can see, holds just fine. There's a little bit of play on the inside of it, but all these have that. And this one, when I go to twist this, now you can see a tab that sticks out. And this, whenever this twists, that's what holds the tab in place when it locks in. So that's unfortunate. But if yours isn't broken, then that would fit here just like that. So anyways, that is the full unboxing and assembly tutorial of the Bissell PowerLifter Swivel Pet. Hopefully yours doesn't have any broken parts like mine did, and hopefully yours isn't covered in dust. Although I am a little upset about the brush being broken. That does happen though, but excuse me, as long as Bissell replaces this, given this is a brand new machine, then I'm not going to be too fussed about it. Because the dust on the outside of the machine does sometimes happen with cardboard, and if you can tell, the inside of this machine doesn't have a speck of dust on it. All that dust you see is on the outside of the bin. The inside is still perfectly shiny. Bagless vacuums get dirty the second you start using them, so I can tell this machine has never been used. So it is definitely a brand new machine. Same thing with this little clear window up here. This is obviously nice and shiny. Everything is perfect. Not been used. So with that said, given the fact that this does have a broken turbo brush, I will swap it out for this one, which I happen to also have, which is good because I actually got this as a birthday present for someone, so that definitely is not good to have that be broken. But thank goodness I had a spare, so I didn't have to wait on that. But obviously now, because I have another one of these, then now I have to wait for a replacement for this one to come in. So that's unfortunate. But yeah. So this is Intelitech Studios with my unboxing and assembly tutorial of the Bissell PowerLifter Swivel Pet. More unboxings to come as I have a few other brand new machines to unbox, many from Bissell and one from another company. So we will see how that goes. And anyways, this is Intelitech Studios signing out. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Peace.